we're asked to multiply this thing to this thing. So what you need to do is to factor the denominator, because then I'm almost certain there's going to be an n minus 2 that will make stuff cancel out. So we need to factor 7n squared minus 8n minus 12. Go ahead and let out a groan because we got to factor this trinomial with the longer method because there's a number in front of the squared variable. So the way to do it with this method is to multiply the first and the last number. Do 7 times 12. That makes 84, and that's a negative 84 because it's a negative 12 that we're multiplying. So we need two numbers that multiply to be negative 84 but add it to be negative 8. So I'm just going to try some guesses. I divided 84 by 4, and I got 21. So that means 21 times 4 would make 84, but I can't make one negative and one positive to come out to be negative 8. Because look, I could do negative 21 and 4. Those multiplied to be negative 84. They don't add up to be negative 8. So we could try another one. Let's do 84 divided by 6. That one works. Look, if I have negative 14 and positive 6, those multiply to be negative 84. And then negative 14 plus 6, that makes negative 8. Okay. So the factor here, well, we're not quite ready to factor. I'm going to replace that middle term with that pair of numbers I just found. So look, I rewrote it. Now it's a minus 14n and it's a plus 6n because those would combine to make negative 8n. But I didn't do that so that I could combine them and go back to where I started. I did that so I could factor by grouping. Now I can put a parentheses around the first two groups and the last two groups. I can pull out a 7n from this first parentheses. And then you can pull out a 6 from both the numbers in the second parentheses. And remember, when you pull out the number, you're dividing each term by that number. So 6n divided by 6 gives us n. Negative 12 divided by 6 gives us negative 2. And then negative 14 divided by 7 gave us negative 2. So look, we got two parentheses that are the same. So factor out that parentheses and write what's left over here. Okay. All right, so longest part of the problem is done. We factored the denominator. Okay, so we still got a 10n. Oops, come back here. A 10n in the top, and we're still multiplying by n minus 2. The whole point of factoring, because look, you've got an n minus 2 in the top, and you've got an n minus 2 in the bottom, so those cancel out. Okay, so that gives us 10n up top and 7n plus 6 in the bottom. And so that's the simplest form. There's nothing else we can cancel.